Hello, welcome back. Last time I got most of the rest of the hairstyle level done. There's like a big chunk of floor missing here, but that's because these need to be able to fall. Right, so there's a center room still, and a way up in the southwest. Leaf discovers all kinds of hairstyles. There's a bomb bug in here. I'm gonna assume I want this down before you blow up. It's going to open this. What am I seeing? So there's stacking to do. There's a waypoint here. I can elevate there. There's a hint in here if I want it. 2 monster blocks, 3 multi-push, 3 bomb bugs to do... what? Okay, so all monsters must die. The one that's hard to kill is the Angry Eye. Angry Eye also has a toggle switch on top of it, which will lower that. Opening this, which is required to kill the monster blocks because there's no other killing space. Okay. So this switch must be hit, therefore this switch must be hit, therefore... And I don't want that one to be hit. What? So it looks like you're telling me I want an explosion at elevation 3 here. Then I blow this up. Then I want an explosion at elevation... No, sorry. Elevation 2, then elevation 1. Because the Angry Eye has to die. But... first, I need this transaction to complete. Okay. How would I get a bum bug that high up? Not too hard. First, put one on a block. Then put that block on a block. Okay, but then how would I blow it up? I have some ideas. Okay, so... to start, this will not work. I should do it this way. Is this workable? I can always do witchcraft. Ah! Not yet. Is witchcraft being done correctly here? Kinda. I guess I would need to also borrow another object. Yeah! Again, I always seem to go that path. Okay, well, I have a bomb bug on a block, and it's stable. Yeah, you're running around, I know. Just sure you can do that. It'll keep you out of my hair for a moment. So then I would put this on another one. You are now at the correct height to explode the switch without hitting the other switch. Okay. There are a lot of pieces missing from that puzzle. Okay. Other wild idea. Yeah, okay, I think I see something else that could maybe somehow happen here. Doesn't it require the chimera mechanic, though? So if 2 explosions at once happen at elevation 1 here, that gets toggled twice, that gets toggled once, and the Angry Eye dies at the same time. However, that would require 2 explosions at once to happen here. Which feels like it would require two bomb bugs to be standing on each other's heads. Is that something I have a way to do? I don't think so. Or occupying the exact same space. But if that were the case... I mean, okay, sure, so let's look at what happens when I do this. Some of the right things... Okay, that's actually a pit, not a hot coals. So you immediately fall unless that toggles again on the same turn. So I think the idea is I want a double toggle there. Okay, cool. That is something I'd like. Can I somehow get it? If a bomb bug is stacked on a block on a bomb bug, then there's a buffer in between and the explosions won't both go off at once. Can I chimera here? If I wanted to? Let's see, how would that work? It's not as simple as two bomb bugs just kind of running into each other along, like... Let's see. Hang time has to be involved. Yeah, like if one was running north here and one was running west there, and they both wanted to occupy the same spot, they won't. One will take precedence. It has to be in the air specifically. And looking at my tools here, I don't think I have a way to move things perpendicular to each other in the air at the same time. I do have two monster blocks, but I don't think that's enough on its own. So there's a waypoint here. One thing that I can do with a waypoint is if something's on my head, I can hop up onto it. I don't think that's relevant, though. Okay. Alright, so... Given the floor this is on, though, and the main mechanic, was this used in all of the rooms? The flying snake used it there, then I stole its wig. Yeah, here I had a triple snake hat. Here I think I did things wrong in a way that didn't make sense, right? What did I do here? No, I put a statue on my head. Like, all the rooms here, slug was on my head. I forget what I did here, I did this a couple of ways, but I think one of them involved monsters on my head. Key was on my head. Switch was on my head. Wait a second. Wait, what happens... Hold on. Momentary distraction. If I walk to this room like this, and that bottom one's an angry eye, what does that actually do? Not the easiest thing to test. That doesn't let Leaf stand on the angry eye, does it? I think it'll move him down and erase the bottom one. Okay, well, now I need to know. So that would be... here? Yeah, moves me down onto the floor, erasing the angry eye that was there, so I don't step on top of the one that was at my elevation. Okay. That's the answer. Okay. No, I want this. Alright, so anyway, all that to say that if that mechanic was used in the other 8 rooms, somehow at some point I'm going to have something on my head. And that something is probably a monster. Oh, is it... This won't work. No, there's a lot of reasons this won't work. Okay, well, now my undo buffer got emptied. That's okay, I can redo it. You went there, this went here. You go there, I do a monster block shuffle. And I keep blowing that up. It was about to happen again, but I caught it in time. That's not right. That's not what I want. I want another object. That's right. Okay. So, if right now I would take this and put it on the waypoint, well, it would need to be on my head. Okay. Let's put that on my head. Is that something I can do? Okay, let's explore that for a bit. Hey. It would have to be up, I would have to be down, it would have to be exploded in my direction. No, I don't have a way to do that. Yeah, so same waypoint, only relevant if Leaf has block on head. Could I... Kinda close. Not quite there. There's no way to prime and then be at the location I want to be at, right? Are you sure? What about like this? Well, yeah, I mean, then the block is in the wrong spot. Yeah, where am I standing for that? Nowhere. Okay. So, okay. And even if I could do all that, just waypointing up there would explode me at the bomb bug. Right? Actually, I'm not so sure. Yeah, okay, so I think what would happen in this hypothetical situation where this was on my head, I was on the waypoint, I teleported to the waypoint. All of this would be one elevation level higher. The way that would let me survive, which is I don't think how it works, would be if Leaf goes to elevation 2, where the bomb bug is, then the whole stack... No, then the bomb bug explodes, creates the explosion, then the whole stack goes down, then the explosion processes. That's not what it is. So Leaf, I think, would first suck the blocks down into his position, then go to elevation 1, then the explosion would happen and I would die. And the only way any of this is relevant is if there's another bomb bug already directly on top of that bomb bug, I think? Anyway, I think that's a dead end. I think this part of the goal is very clear. Well, there are two distinct possibilities. Either set off an explosion at elevation 2, which I have no idea how to do. Or set off 2 explosions at once at elevation 1 on the same turn. Which I feel like I almost have an idea of how to do, but it's not quite getting there. Two explosions at once, elevation 1, same turn. The most natural way to do that is 2 bomb bugs directly stacked on top of each other. Other than telescoping after chimera, I know of no mechanic that can create that situation if it's not already created in the room. So this brings me back to the chimera idea. In which case I wouldn't even need to telescope because they'd be at the right spot anyway. They wouldn't have to be vertically stacked. They could just be stacked on the, you know, the W axis. So a chimera here. I have 3 bomb bugs when I only strictly need 2 explosions. So I'm trying to picture some sort of up-high explosion that pushes a block one direction, then I am down low and I push the block in the perpendicular direction, and that creates the chimera. I don't think that situation would happen, though. I can see what the hint sign has to say. I'm not ready yet. I'm still inventing machines, and also I see that there's going to be a down ladder there. Good to know. Okay. See, like, I understand the goal, I think. Just there's a gap between the start and how to get to that goal. Going to assume this is not a puzzle element, just a hint delaying mechanism. Could I ride a bomb bug over to this key and just pluck it from on top of that monster gate? That would require me to be at elevation 2 and have the monster blocks at specific locations. Could I be at elevation 2? The only way I'm seeing is if I could get 2 blocks on my head, and I haven't found a way to get anything on my head yet. So this is called Leaf Discovers All Kinds of Hairstyles. Have other levels been named for the entire level, or is that specific to this room? All other start rooms have been named for the entire level. Ooh, that doesn't look good. Small map, long room title, same color as these. It's legible, but I don't like it. Okay, I may do something to improve visibility here. What would I do? Nudge this to the left? Well, if it's long enough, it just won't fit. Well, I mean, that's a problem I can't solve. I can truncate. I'll think about it. In the hypothetical future where I bother with small things like that, which sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. So, do these ingredients go together? There's no other way to toggle this switch twice, right? Other than 2 explosions, same turn. No other way to save you. A bunch of stuff highlights when I roll over this, but it's just because there's a monster there, and an explosion could be there. Yeah, the goal here is well conveyed. I get what I'm trying to do, just not the how. But at least I know what. Gonna think about machines for a bit and see if I come up with anything. Alright, so instead of thinking about machines, I thought about surroundings. Waypoint to get bomb bug on head. Enter the room at a particular boundary to get flying snakes on head. This was a waypoint thing. And yes, once again, so if I waypoint on top of a block that erases a monster, and that's also carrying a monster, I become the carrier for the other monster. Enter at a specific location. Waypoint. Enter at a specific location. Enter at a specific location. Enter at a Did I ever even carry anything on my head here? No, I waypointed here from elsewhere, I think? Was this this wasn't a hairstyle room, was it? Oh, I can do that behind the menu. So I started right there. Yeah, there was no hairstyling in my solution. So that is a room that breaks the pattern. Alright, well there are no interesting points of entry here. There's only the one waypoint. This isn't flashing, so there aren't any unactivated ones. I'm not, like, just not spotting one in this room. No, this is the only one. Going elsewhere and entering from there doesn't do anything of particular interest. It just puts me here. And the room state can't be affected while I'm doing that. So I'm assuming this is for convenience, but maybe that's not accurate. To transfer on top of something that is on my head. But that's just not so useful. Like, it's not what I need unless... Well, I don't even want a bomb bug on my head. No, that's not... Why am I thinking about things on my head? Well, because that's what the level is about. But if I'm over here... Is there any way I could carry the exploder here? No. Right? I don't think so. What I need is to step up here, have two bomb bugs at once prime, and then both explode in the same space somehow. And yeah, I still don't know how to do that. Hey, wait a second. Wait. Here we go. I forgot something. I was pondering why there were two monster blocks, and about 3 seconds after I started pondering, I remembered something I had learned, and then forgot. This is a chimera viable setup. That's how I have perpendicular motion. I make somebody panic about it. Okay. So yeah, now this is a telescopable object. Okay, so that doesn't do everything, but it's a start. Okay. So then what I would want is to put two bomb bugs onto one multi-push block each, then merge those together. That's doable. Now we're getting somewhere, maybe. Okay, that was an easier way to put you there. Is that what I wanted, though? Hold on. I went here. Yes. So just do this thing that I've done before twice. Again. You know what? I can... There. That's... There. You there. This here. This up here. Another object. Ah! No. You need to stay. Okay. So that's one. Yeah, you're afraid. I know. I'll resolve it in a moment. Here. Now somebody else is afraid. I know. Alright, you stay there. I need somebody. What are you afraid of? Oh, that way over there. I see. You're going on here. This will be my object, I guess. And then I need your help. There's a stopper for that. Object, come with me. Okay, so this is the start of something. In fact, it's pretty close to the end of it. Gonna put you aside for a second. So step 1 can just be object on your head. There we go. And step 2, you get scared a lot. Sorry, it's gonna be unpleasant for you, I know. Yeah. Let's not put these too close together. I think that's an acceptable distance. Here we go. Alright. Chimera's been achieved. You quit that. So then... Okay, what happens if I dispose of that bomb bug and... quit that. Push this around. I still have everything I need. That is sufficient. Okay. 2 bomb bugs, primed in this spot. B and A. Kaboom. That double toggled. This single toggled. That thing can explode. There we go. Alright, monster blocks go away. Room is clear. Got the star key. What did the hint say? Yeah, used in Chimera Lab. Check out that map for the solution. Ooh, okay. So, all this says is you need a chimera. Pretty much. But I do appreciate that this tells you where to look for the information. I'm musing about something now. So I do appreciate the, like... Warning, this is going to be a hint. Here's a physical barrier to make sure you don't read it by accident. So knowing exactly what to expect here so I don't accidentally see it too early. But I wonder if... Just thinking about, like, hint communication here, could there be multiple layers of this to somehow say what the nature of the hint is? Not thinking, like, specifically for this situation, but just in general communicating these sorts of things. Like, the reason that it's a hazard to go and look at a hint is because it would say more than I'm ready for it to say. This is why I don't like to look at these until after I've solved the thing, unless I'm done attempting to solve it. But often I'll do that, get to the point... Well, actually, this doesn't happen very often because I'm very persistent at doing things without hints, but at the times when I do decide it's time to look at a hint, often they don't help because they're for something that's more elementary or, like something I've already figured out. I don't know. Just communicating about, like, the nature of knowledge, like... What is this knowledge you might gain from this, and can we even talk about it without just imparting the knowledge as it is? The hazard of knowledge. It is a thing I interact with daily. And a thing that different people have different understandings of, and it's very hard to explain. But yeah, just the life of a Let's Player, like, is by nature interacting with that at all times. Anyway, so this room is done. This was pretty cool. I did appreciate it. Next time I'm gonna go up here and see the next level.